self-care is not selfish. It's actually the biggest part of showing love that you could offer to your family, your friends, and your community.
As women, we nurture and take care of the world. And so it's just so important to make your health, your self-care numero uno. So
get around people who are going where you want to go and who are where you want to be. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted to be in real estate, so I got around people who were doing things in real estate that I wanted to do.
So you might not be able to move things around or change what happened to you, but if you can change the way that you see it and how you're reacting to it, there's a way.
Just do what you have to do. There's no excuse. This morning, I knew that if I didn't get up at 4 a.m. and clear out my emails and do everything that I needed to do.
You don't want the government to dictate or a judge to dictate how your hard-earned sacrifice and wealth gets distributed to your family and your loved ones.
Our culture is embedded in American culture. There are people who come to America and engage in American culture, which is Black culture. So Juneteenth is really about Black culture, and it's about celebrating us, celebrating the different diasporas of Black people, even the dialects.
Hello, there we go. Having some technical difficulties, but happy Thanksgiving, everybody. How you doing? I hope all is well. I am excited. My name is Athenia Rodney, CEO and founder of Juneteenth NYC, and we are blessed. We hope that you are blessed on this Thanksgiving Day. I take Thanksgiving in a whole totally different way. I woke up this morning, and the first thing I did was I watched my he's not my pastor, but he's one of the pastors that I definitely look into, Dale Bronner out here in Georgia. And he was just talking about protecting your peace. And I was like, such a timely, and this is like 3 years old. I was like, this is such a timely thing to share in this moment right now, because so much is going on in this world that and then being around family usually brings anxiety for people. Not for me, which I'm grateful and I'm thankful for. It really brings laughter and joy. Like, I really look forward to going to see my family because we just have jokes upon jokes. And we need that. We need that laughter in our spirit. We need that laughter in our soul. And so that just came to mind with this protecting your peace. So much is going on in the world, from the politics to people just not being happy where they are and them wanting to steal your joy. And I just wanted to share with each and every one of you all is don't let no one steal your joy. God has more and better on the other side for you. Because I know he has better on the other side for me. And I know he ain't putting me through what I'm going through right now without a recourse, without something being on the other side to be able to shout and to praise him over. Because he has continued to do that. He's been that for me. And I know that he will continue to be that for me. So happy Thanks Day is what I want to say. And I want you to give thanks to others for their presence in your life, and for all of the relationships that you hold. So again, today is a special day because we are kicking off our Ghana trip showcase. We got a whole lot of stuff that's coming down the line. So a lot of people have been like, this has been on my spirit. This has been on my heart for years. And then my sister, Nicole, who is out here in Georgia with me, she was like, Athenia, I see the vision with you. She's like, how can I help? What can I do? And she took the reins and she's been going. So I want to give her thanks for how she has showed up in my life and in our life with Juneteenth and helping us to take the reins. So we will be going to Ghana, y'all. Can't wait. I can't wait to go to Ghana. I can't wait to put my feet on the soil that my family, my ancestors were on. I'm going to get there. I'm going to take off my shoes. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take pictures, videos, and I'm going to send it back to y'all. But guess what? Y'all got to come. So we're going to talk a little bit about all of what this trip is all about. We're going to tell you about opportunities in the whole month of December. We're going to have individuals, and we're going to talk to you a little bit more about that later, that are going to be coming and talking to us straight from Ghana, y'all. So we're going to have some real good conversations. And so I'm going to start by bringing up our board member, my partner in crime, is Nicole Taylor. How you doing, sis?
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanks Day to everybody. How are you doing today?
Good. I am doing well. You sitting over there laughing at me.
I am. But it's so good to see that you got so much joy in you today and every day, and know that, God is wonderful, and the things that He has, He's bringing to the table and allowing us to bring into just the world, to the people, to share those experiences with everybody. So I am grateful to be here today, and I am very thankful to discuss, Ghana and where we're trying to go with this trip.
Absolutely. So before we jump into the slide that we're going to talk about, tell us why you're looking forward to going to Ghana.
Mm-hmm. It's just been a joy for me to always experience going back to the roots, and being a part of Juneteenth. It celebrates Blackness, celebrates one's heritage, things of that nature. So going back to Africa, period, was a wonderful thing. My uncle actually lives there. Well, he lives there in the U.S., so he's been going back and forth for some years now, and I've always just wanted to go. Like you said, put your feet on the ground and say, "Hey, I can feel my ancestors talking to me, through spirit." So just having that opportunity is just going to be a wonderful thing to say, I went to Africa. I did that. I had a chance to give back. I had a chance to share and collaborate and enjoy the culture, immerse in the culture. So that is what the opportunity, I think, is going to be for everybody who joins this trip. Just the excitement of giving back to where we come from.
Yeah, absolutely. And for myself, I am looking forward to with this trip, the process getting to the actual trip. I'm looking forward to the conversations that we're going to have, because we've already started to have conversations with individuals, and the conversations have literally been blowing my mind. I don't know about you, but like the things that they've been sharing with us about just everything that we're looking at doing, and everything that's been put in our spirits to be able to share, it's been like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. But what are you looking forward to most about going?
Again, immersion in the culture. We have definitely talked to a lot of people, and it has opened up our eyes to a lot of different situations that are currently that's going on there. The biggest thing is understanding the differences between how we do things in the US and how they do things there. So a lot of cultural differences that we've seen. We also have seen disparities in water, something so simple, water rights, where we may take 3 or 4 showers per day. They may struggle to have water in their communities to even drink clean water. So it's a lot of things that we open our eyes to, a lot of things that we may be able to help with, just shedding light and getting everybody to see that there's differences, amongst the nations, and there's help that's needed, and to embrace that, and sometimes us being Americans, we can be a little bit selfish and take advantage of when we got food to eat. There are places that don't, children who don't. So just kind of having that awareness so everybody can see what we see as well. But people we have talked to have been absolutely wonderful. They have embraced us, working together in collaboration, giving us more insight about what they have going on there and what we have going on there, here, and marrying those two things together. So I look forward to the whole experience, even put together this heritage trip. Okay, it has been just mind blowing. So I can't wait to actually see it take place. And the time it's just running. We have until the end of this year to make it happen, and we are just working. We're just working behind the scenes trying to make it happen.
Absolutely. So let's jump in. Let's talk about the trip. Let's talk. Let's talk. So,
Yes.
I'll let you start us off. So, like, when are we going? Like, what are the plans for this trip?
Okay. Okay, well, we have December 28th through January 2nd. We plan on having our feet planted in Ghana, Accra, Ghana, and taking about 6 days for us to explore the city, give back to the community, and in addition to having a business conference as well. So those who are in business, you may have a tax write-off, or be able to talk about some things in the US, and do some business with some people that are in Ghana as well. The idea is to leave that Sunday, which is December 27th. Some people may decide to come in a little bit earlier to explore, but the trip itself is from December 28th through January 2nd. We will be spending the New Year's in Ghana. So just bringing in the New Year, something like Belly. I don't know if everybody have seen Belly, but that was one of my dreams too. When Nas said, "Hey, we in Africa," they spent the New Year's in Africa. So that was one of my thoughts about the whole situation too. Plus, we have some children who will be going. We partnered up with Bard High School, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and we wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to go. Families had an opportunity to go. The children didn't miss any school. So we have a lot of things that's going on. Juneteenth, we foster on collaboration, unity, purpose, and as we prepare for this trip, and it represents more than a journey. It's a bridge between the African diaspora and the motherland. So we are collaborating with heritage, entrepreneurship, youth empowerment, and community service. And together, hopefully, as a community, we can develop programs, partnerships, and opportunities that promote global awareness, cultural pride, and sustainable impact for generations to come. This experience represents and reflects the spirit of Juneteenth as a whole, which is freedom, growth, and collective empowerment. So it's going to be a great trip for anybody who goes.
Totally agree. I totally agree. Totally, totally. Anyone. And so I know we only have some limited spaces, right? We are not trying to like overwhelm. We're not doing we only taking 50 people on this trip. And we have what, 46? We only have 46. Like we went live like
45.
last week, Wednesday, 45. So we have 45
Yeah,
spaces
45
left. Okay,
that are
so that
available.
means
Yes.
people, and yeah, we're gonna talk about how to connect, how to get your information, how to save your spot, and it's not a lot to save your
Yes.
spot, just to hold on. So let's jump into the slides. So we can go to the next slide.
Yes. Mhm.
All right. So this is
So we
some.
already talked about the travel dates. Is going to be December 28th, which is a Monday, through January 3rd of 2027. We're going to leave the U.S. for those who will be riding with us collectively as a group. We're going to be leaving the U.S. on Sunday, December 27th, and we'll spend approximately about 6 days there. And then we'll leave out of Ghana that Saturday, January 2nd. So we will party and have fun for the New Year's, and then we'll be returning back to the States. Currently, we will be staying at a five-star hotel, either the Hotel Kapinski or the Movenpick. It really depends on when we can lock in these next 45 people, because we have to put down payments and things of that nature to prepare. And because it's such a high season, everybody is trying to get in on this trip. So we have tentatively locked out spaces for both hotels. It just really depends on when we can get everybody to come in and just enjoy the times. But both of the hotels are five-star dining. You have options of American food for those that don't like to try different things, and we have African dishes that will also be able to try out. We have fitness, every spas, things of that nature. So you'll have a little bit of elegance along with it as well.
I want to take it back. I want to take it back because right, when I go to other countries,
Yeah.
I don't want to eat
Mhm.
American food. Like I would have just stayed in America if I wanted American food. Like that is like my biggest
Right.
pet peeve. And I don't want to, no shame, no shade that I'm throwing at anybody if that is your preference. But me,
Mhm.
when
Mhm.
I go to a country, when I'm visiting another culture, I want to immerse
Yes.
myself wholly in that culture. I want to taste the food. I
Exactly.
want to eat.
Mhm.
Even, I mean, my family is from the Caribbean and
Mhm.
from being Hispanic, right? So my husband's from Costa Rica, and I go to Costa
Mhm.
Rica, and they have rice for breakfast. And guess what I'm doing? I'm eating rice for breakfast. It is as weird as that is to me. I'm like, rice for breakfast, like that is not an American thing, right? But I'm gonna eat
Mhm.
rice for breakfast because that's what they do. And then
Mhm.
understand like what it is. So I encourage anyone who is planning to come on this trip, please don't go for the American stuff. Like, please just try, indulge yourself in some of the things that are of the culture so that you can walk away saying that you had a real
Mhm.
experience in Ghana. I
Yes.
just wanted to
Yes.
throw that out there. I'm just saying, sorry, go ahead.
And you're right. We give that option. We will definitely give that option to have again a taste of everything. Some people are not as experimental, so
I
we
know.
have
I
it
know.
where you can try both, but we do want you to emerge fully into the culture and really have fun and say that I did that, at least one
Yes.
time,
Exactly. All right.
Mhm.
So what are we talking about? So what's the tour like? What are we doing?
Oh my God, we are going to, the whole trip is going to be fun and full, packed
Mm.
with so much going on from day one. We'll barely have time to rest. When we arrive, we'll be picked up at the hotel, at the airport, and taken to the hotel. We'll check in, and we'll kind of have a chance to um, relax a little bit from that long flight because I think the flight is about 24 hours or so. And then
Oh,
we'll have a
24
welcome
hours.
dinner. Yeah, we'll we'll have a welcome dinner for everybody. Day two, we're gonna get up and we're gonna tour the city of Accra. We're gonna go to some of the historic places, um, that they have there. Black Square, the Black Star Square, Art Center, W.E. Du Bois Center. Um,
Mm.
just experience and go shopping and things of that nature. Day three, we are going to do a community give back event. We have partnered with what is it, WB? I forgot the acronyms, but we partnered with some. Let me see who. I don't want to get the name wrong because then the name of the place is Volunteer Partnerships for West Africa, VPWA. Yes, we are going to be partnering with them and giving back some way, somehow to the community. They just opened up a school, so they're looking for books and things of that nature. During that time, we may run into the children being in school, but they do have where we can possibly do what is it called with it, the adoption agencies, the children that don't have
They're
homes,
doing the
just
foster
giving back in
care.
whatever
Yeah,
way
the
they
foster
can.
family. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
So
we're
there's
actually
so
going to
many
have him
different things
come
that
and talk with us on one of the Thursdays for our lunch and learn. So
yes.
that's what we have up here.
Mhm.
And he's going to talk
Yeah.
to us more about this in more detail and what we're doing and what we can do.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I remember having a conversation with him, and it's like blowing my mind about some of the things. So we were talking about donating, getting organizations to donate books to the
Yeah.
schools, and he was like, "Yeah, that's great, but once the books get here, then there's a fee. So even if the books are free, they're being donated." He's like, "Sometimes they can't even leave the port because we got to pay a couple of $1,000 to move it from the port to our school." So
Mhm.
we gonna be whatever we can carry in our hands and our suitcases is what we're gonna be doing. And I don't know if I got to tell
Mhm.
you this, Nicole, but I was speaking to one of my friends the other day who he actually has property in
Okay.
Ghana as well. He is a tech person, and he basically said that he will
Mhm.
donate about 100 laptops for us to be able to take to Ghana to contribute to the schools. So
Yes.
like God is definitely blessing and putting
Wonderful.
people in our space to be
Yes.
bless others as well, and it's
Yes.
just continue to be full circle to do
Mhm.
that. So everybody. So I'm letting y'all all know now that all 50 people, y'all might have 2 laptops in your computer. I mean, 2 laptops in your luggage. Just make sure you got space so that we can bring those laptops. Okay.
Yes, we gonna get it there one way or another. Okay. But yes, that is absolutely a blessing, and the more people that we can get to give, even if it's 1 laptop, 2 laptops, as long as we work together collectively to help somebody else out, because we've been in situations where we need each other to help each other out, maybe for some gas or whatever. But to be able to give back to people, I think that's what the world is really, really about, or should be about. You know, our blessings come one way or another. But yeah, we're gonna do some community give back to the children of the community, to those who actually need the help. Because, like we talked about, there's water disparities, there's educational disparities that's there. So we want to give as much as we can while we're there. Day 4, we're going to be doing. We're going to take a long trip, and we're going to do naming ceremony. We're going to visit the slave caves with Cape Coast and Asamanga Manso. That's where they actually, walked and, did slavery, had some slaves there, or whatever the case may be. So we want to, again, immerse in that culture and kind of feel where our ancestors came from, what they went through, and just embrace it all. Day 5, we're going to have a business conference. And this is where us from the US will talk to different different business owners, different organizations, about how can we do business in Africa? Okay, how can we bring what they have there, what we have here, and bring it together and make some money for not only ourselves but for their community as well. So we're going to really be talking about that in business conference. And then lastly, we're going to be coming home on day 6. We're probably going to be tired, long ride home, but we'll be able to get back home in time for the kiddies to get back to school. So like I said, this is going to be a family event.
So I want to touch on that business trip.
With the children, but we're going to immerse with so it's just going to be a wonderful experience. I just can't wait. Yes.
Yeah, I wanna touch on the business conference that we're going to be doing, because so there's so many things. Like I said, this was put on my heart a while ago, to be able to go to Ghana, and to not just go, but any space that we go into to have impact. And like that has just been like that. That's going to be my word for 2026, because I've been talking about it so much for 2025, like in spurts. But I want that to be like the forefront of all of our minds. What can we do that's going to have an impact on somebody else's life, and make a change? And it doesn't require, like, impact, we have to understand, doesn't always require money. Like, impact can be a conversation. It can be how you make somebody feel. What's the saying?
Yes.
People remember you not for what you did, but for how you made them feel. And I want to go into this space, and I want to make them feel and make us feel like I want us to all walk away like feeling welcomed and loved, and all of those good things, because there's some barriers, there's some things that we don't talk about. And one of our presenters is actually going to talk about that. But there are some things that we don't talk about, and that is the fact that we don't trust each other. Like, as a culture, we don't trust each other, right? So we are going to be meeting in this beautiful soul right here. She lives in she lives here now, or she lives in Ghana? Remind me.
She's actually originally from Ghana. Her family and her heritage started in Ghana, and she was living here in the US and recently moved back to Ghana. So she is trying to spread awareness, trying to help the people of Ghana do business in Ghana. And she's a beautiful soul as well, Miss Nanette. I can't pronounce her last name, and I don't want to mess it up, but I call her Nanette. She's actually a beautiful one.
Yes, she is.
She has wrote a book, everything, and she's doing so much And she'll have a chance to kind of go into those details about the things that she's doing. But such a beautiful soul. I know when we met with her originally, she just kind of had us all in awe, and we're like, we got to have you, because she has embraced both cultures. She knows the U.S. side of things, and she knows the Guyanian side of things. So it helps everybody who's going to wake up and see both sides of the story. And I think she can bring that to the table.
Absolutely. And that is the part that we struggle with in so many spaces. And that's why I'm glad to have her on board. She is going to be one of our Lunch and Learn speakers for December. We are going to have her as one of our panelists during the conference. So she's going to be talking about like the colonism, like, and what that looks like in both spaces, and the differences between, and how Ghanaians are raised versus us in the United States, how we've been raised, and just how our mindsets stop us from working together in so many different spaces. And so again, having these conversations from the beginning, being able to demystify and break down some of these things that we believe about our own skin, like we don't trust each other. So if we can't trust each other, then what does that mean? That we don't work together. And when we talk about this dollar circulating in our community and the reasons why they don't circulate in our community, this is exactly the reason why, because we don't trust each other. I don't trust that the dollar that I'm going to send with you, that you're going to do something beneficial for our community with it, or that it's going to stay within our community. And so having these kind of conversations are some of the ways that we are looking to make an impact, right? Again, talking about this impact word, making impact when we go there. So we're going to have panel discussions that are going to be there. We're going to be looking at some properties, hopefully, while we're there, because my goal is really for us all, the 50 people, to be able to purchase land as a land trust in Ghana and to build on that land. And get this, be able to create virtual assistants in that space, and be able to use the virtual assistants from Ghana to support the businesses in the United States. How dope would that be? You're talking about keeping money circulating within our community. That is the ultimate means of being able to do that. And that's not, oh, I'm trying to just take from our people, but we're talking about a give and a take, reciprocity in that space, and it impacts on both ways. I have someone who looks like me, who is in the space to help our businesses grow and thrive here in the States. And then we get to pour back and we get to pay it forward. They get to buy houses, they get to buy property, they get to buy cars and do all of those things with the money that they're making from the money that we're paying them for working for us. So all of those things, is what we're going to be talking about over the coming weeks as we're preparing to go to Ghana.
Yes. And you speak a lot about trust, but trust is built. And this is the reason why we are trying to build these relationships, so we can build that trust. And it's also about understanding too. I need to understand where you're at, where you're trying to go, and how we can literally work together. And it's and having those conversations in the open forum, so we can get like-minded people to build what we're trying to build and work together as a team. And I think that's something that Juneteenth New York City has done, even with the parade. You have grown in over the years of people who actually believe in the struggle, who believe in what you're doing and touching so many different facets of life. And this here is just the introduction to where we're all trying to go and trying to get to. This is only the beginning of something so much greater.
On the top, it's their first annual, right? It's their first annual at the top. I was like, yeah. And it's not going to be the only trip we're going on. We plan it different to different countries. And I also want to just share quickly, I know as the time is running, about why this was even important to me. A couple of years ago, Kendall and I went to, I think it was Puerto Rico, and we were just, I think it was our anniversary. And we usually do excursions, and we went to this place, and I think we had missed the excursion we were supposed to go on, but they had other excursions that were happening in the same place. And so one was like a tour around the island, or like their land, their property. And it was like, okay, fine. We came all the way over here. Let's not waste the time. So we did the tour. And this land is huge. Like, they have one area that they're doing horseback riding, another one that they're doing ATV in, another one that they're doing farming and stuff like that. So in my mind, I was like, this land is huge. Like, how do y'all maintain all of this land? Like, how did y'all maintain all of this land before? And of course, it was like, oh, well, we had people to do that. And I see all these little houses along the way as well. And I'm like, okay, well, what kind of people? Like my color people, like black people, like Africans. It was like, oh, well, we're not at liberty to discuss the details of that. And that just, that perked up everything in my head. Like, you're not at liberty to discuss that. What do you mean you're not at liberty to discuss?
Now I really want to know.
Right, exactly. So now I pulled her to the side. I was like, okay, so what you mean? I know you can't talk about this in front of everybody. What do you mean? He was like, yeah, well, the owners of this property, they used to get slaves from Africa, but it was after the time that they had told them that they could no longer acquire slaves. So there were slaves that were coming because they were close to the water, that they would drop them off there and they were never documented. So there are probably hundreds of individuals who were dropped off at this plot of land that were not documented properly. And because they had relationships with the powers that be. So they were just getting slaves to come into the property. They weren't paying they weren't going the regular route. So these people were not being documented properly and their stories were not being told. And now y'all are hiding it. And I was just like, so I was like, so are there any information about any? She was like, I'll tell you the truth. Anybody who has come here and tried to look for information has either like they've gotten into some serious trouble, like either been jailed or killed. And I was like, oh, okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to continue to do my research in other places in other ways. But it just reminded me, like, how many, if this is happening in Puerto Rico, how many other countries are things like this happening as well? And I'm like, I want to see y'all kill 50 people. Like, we coming. I want y'all to take
exactly. And that's what it's about, and we got to look at it even in history. Once we start fighting and once we start getting to a certain point and finding that strength amongst us people, they try to tear us down or try to erase our history. They've taken their history out of schools. They've taken the history from our people. I mean, I was just talking to my son and like, hey, do you know who this is or that? They don't even know. They just know Martin Luther King. You know what I mean? But even Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, when you come together and you continue to stay together and continue to fight and continue to get the education that we need to move forward and try our best to infiltrate or get back. They won't give us the reparation. We're going to come back and take it, as much as possible. And just, but we have to stand together. We have to learn from one another and not be afraid of one another throughout the struggle. We have little battles along the way, and hopefully we can make some big changes as we go, but yes, you did speak about, we're trying to get more information about how can we build in this nation. And from the people that we've talked to, that's why I said we have water rights. They literally have restrictions on water in Ghana. They literally have problems with pollution, people throwing trash places because the government or however the government is structured. And that's what we want to come knock on some of these doors and be a little bit nosy and say, hey, what can we do? What needs to be done? Can we do it? Who do we need to talk to make sure that it happens? And these are the things that we're trying to do as we go on these journeys to Africa and some of the other countries that we plan on going to in the coming years.
I love it. So, all right, let's keep it going. Let's see what else we got going on. We kind of talked about this. We're trying to do 50 passengers. We'll be doing local tours. It will include the pickup, the drop off from the hotel, from the airport, transportation, excursions, like all of that will be included. Some meals will be included, not all. So like, we want to say, make sure you save up your coins so that you can go shopping and support the local businesses. And so that, again, you can try different food that's going to be out there.
And so again, we talked about the volunteers. They will be, I'm sorry to cut you off, but they will be coming on later on in December to kind of talk about their initiatives. We have a lot of community give back that we're trying to do as well.
Absolutely. Like that's very big for me. I mean, it's funny because I always think about them late night TV shows that we used to watch, and they used to be like, "Oh, for what for 10 cents a day, you can help somebody from
Yeah.
and you see all these kids with these extended stomachs and stuff like that, and like that was really my thought, like that everybody in the country was walking around like that. And it's like I am so excited to be able to go and just break down that own myth in my head of seeing something different than what was poured into me at growing up as a kid.
Yeah. And this is a big one, Mr. and Mrs. Juneteenth, which is a big project for Juneteenth, New York City. Okay. You guys have partnered with, or we, because I'm a part of this too. We have partnered with Bard High School. Right. Okay. Bard High School, early college in Brooklyn. So there's a whole, what, how can I say? It's a whole initiative for them as well. But as part of that initiative, 2 students will be going, all paid for the trip itself. They do have to pay for their travel there and back, but all of the excursions, all of the experiences, we are going to pay for 2 young students to go and share this experience with us. I think it's very important for our youth to understand where we come from and to understand what we're doing to make it happen, and open their eyes up to much more than video games and YouTube and things of that nature. They need to really feel the difference of how they have it and how somebody else's have it. So I think this is very important for them as well, for us as adults, but for them as well, where so much history is being lost. So for them, maybe that'll give them a chance to kind of want more out of life, and see more out of life. So that's a great thing. I'll let you talk about more about that whole experience as well. But I am really excited for the children and for
We
them to
had
go.
a interest meeting with the school, the parents, and I don't know. We've been going back and forth all week, and we've been missing each other because life has just been lifing. But we had a meeting on Monday evening, and the parents were like, "So does that mean if my children don't get chosen that we can't go?" I was like, "No, your child can go." And it was like, "No, like I want to go too." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yes.
Like, oh,
Everybody
please.
is welcome as long as you fit into that 45 more people. Everybody can go.
That's what I told them. So they were like so excited, even not just about the Mr. and Miss part of the Juneteenth program, but the fact that their kid get to go to Ghana and like get to experience, and not just like, hey, we're going just to do the excursions, but to give back. We even talked about them wanting to do a pen pal kind of thing. And I was like, oh, like they brought that up. They was like, yeah, the lost art of pen pal. And I'm listening to these young people and they're like, yeah, we want to be able to do that. And that could be possible with our partnership with the schools, right? And what we fail to realize, even though we have technology and computers and stuff like that, everybody doesn't have a computer. And that's why my friend sharing that he would give us 100 laptops for the students. A lot of those laptops are going to be like the communal laptop for the school, not like that each student will have their own laptop, because laptops are one part of the problem. The next part of it is internet, right? Being able to get the Wi-Fi, all of these different places. So these computers will more so live as like a communal library that they get to go and just have multiple in their school, and be able to support in that space. So having a pen pal and that means at least they'll get it a lot faster. We'll know that they received it. We got read receipts of all of those kind of things versus before when it's like months at a time before you'll hear back from somebody. But it still won't be as instantaneous. So that is also something that the young people were coming up with ideas of what they would like to do. And so if you are listening and you're interested in supporting our Mr. and Miss Juneteenth, we encourage you to reach out to us. and go to our website and just say, hey, I'm interested in volunteering to either be a mentor or to come and speak to our young people about different business ideas or opportunities that they might be able to tap into, because our children really and truly are our future. And I love the ideas that they're coming up with. And it's bringing me back to like the old school, like the stuff that we've been doing that we've lost, the lost art. For sure, for sure.
And again, I'm excited for this is a family event. This is for businesses. This is for the youth. This is for us. This is something that we are just trying to embrace everybody of color, anybody actually who want to go, but for those specifically of color to understand where we come from, where we're trying to go, and how we can make some money too. And again, we're going to be doing this business networking event where we're going to be talking about real estate. We're going to be talking about banking, financing, digital platforms. Now we have crypto. They have that, different money that's there. Okay. The cultural exchange of money. So it's a lot of information that we have to know before we even can start doing business there. And that's what we plan on bringing to the forefront. Anybody who's interested in speaking, who plans on taking this trip with us, who can give some more information in regards to doing business with Ghana or doing business with you from the U.S. to Ghana. Let us know. We're still getting people to participate. It may be a tax deduction for some business owners. It's a lot of opportunities in these 6 days that we plan on packing together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. So business networking events. So these are some of the panelists that we talked about. Do you want to share a little bit more about, I know we didn't we didn't mention Colin Daff. Do you want to talk a little bit about them?
Colin Daff, again, they talk about land and property rights, water rights. It is a nonprofit organization there in Ghana. So like we explained to you before, we're trying to purchase land. So in doing that, what does that look like? Neighbor, who do we talk to? Who's the who? Come to find out, some of is not as easy as going to the tax assessor's office and finding out who owns property. So it's a lot of information that we have to get before we even can, with the paperwork, the steps that needs to be done to make a move there in Ghana or have naturalization, citizenship, things of that nature. So we're going to be having them there. Global Warrior Champions, who actually is my uncle. He started MMA there in Ghana. So that's another thing that us from the U.S. as Black people have gone there and made change in their own type of way. So we'll be talking about that. And we have already talked about Ms. Nanette Athuni. She will be talking about her experience going back to Ghana, moving back there, and from the U.S. to here. So we have a lot of people on as panelists in the networking event. We are encouraging more. Hopefully over the years, we will be sitting down with some people and talking to them to see how our initiative go with theirs and whether or not we can bring this thing full circle and lead with partnerships as we journey back home. Again, we are touching so many different facets, and we just want you guys to be a part of that as well and take a part of this action and say, hey, I did that, and I'm doing that, and I'm going to have this profound effect on the people of Ghana, even on us, knowing our heritage, understanding that, giving back. It's so many different things that we plan on bringing with this initiative.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'm looking forward to having them come on and just talk to us about all of these things. Because I'm like, again, in our conversations, it blew my mind. So I'm like, yes, let's do this. So how do I sign up to go? And how much does this cost? Look, we haven't talked about that.
Well, The biggest thing is you're gonna go to Juneteenth website site. You're gonna travel down to the Ghana 2026, and from there it will walk you through the steps of it'll take you to the heritage page. You can click there for more information. We will be having an info session. What is it? December 7th at 7 p.m. It's going to talk a little bit more about the trip, the things that you need as far as your visa, your passport, the shots that you may need. Every month we're going to be going through different things that you should know, even learning some languages, how to say thank you, those particular things. So you'll have that as well. But again, we have 45 seats. $199 deposit will lock you in to the trip. Okay. And then you have different ways, multiple ways that you can pay for your trip. We have multiple packages. So what I suggest that you do is go online. You'll have a chance to stay alone, or you have a chance to stay with someone. So again, there are different packages, even for children that will be attending the trip. And it takes care of all of your excursions. It takes care of your hotel stay. Most of it is hotel stay because we are going literally in the peak season, New Year's. So we'll be spending New Year's there as well, in style and luxury. So take a look at the packages. Visit our site at juneteenthnewyork.com. Look at the banner, go to Ghana 2026, and follow the steps from there. And you have a chance to join our info sessions. Just fill out the form and you'll get a link for our info sessions. Also, if you click more information, it'll take you directly to where you can pay. Look at the different packages, pay your $199 deposit, and ensure that your space is here, because the spaces are limited.
Absolutely. And we can't stress how, like I said, we went live on Wednesday and we are 5 tickets already done, gone. So we just want to make sure that you all are, even if you're not, if you're interested, like just that deposit alone, like that's going to be your saving grace. We're not going to add any more seats. At least not this time around. This is our first time doing this trip, so we wanted to make it manageable for us and manageable for them to receive us there as well. So we want to make sure that everyone, that we are able to touch each person that comes, like all of those things. So we wanted to keep it intimate. And I know some people are like, intimate, 50 people ain't intimate. And I'm like, no, 50 people is definitely intimate for a trip like this, because everyone is going to be going for different reasons. And we're looking for people to bring their families, like bring your children. Like Nicole said, we did it during this holiday season just for that reason. And I've never been out of the country for New Year's. So like I'm seeing what New Year's looks like in another country. And I hear that they do it really big out there for New Year's. Like we talk about fireworks and stuff like that in New York, and the ball dropping, everything. They doing parties and dancing and music. Like I'm just excited, and the weather is amazing as well. So like you're not wearing no coats, you like nice warm weather. I'm ready.
Actually, it's their summertime. It's going to be their summertime when we go down there. That's the peak season for us. So you can put on your dresses. You could put on your no jackets. Just enjoy yourself during this time. Okay.
Oh Lord, I don't know what I keep doing. I keep pressing the wrong button.
It's okay. As long as we keep everybody entertained, we are good to go.
Oh, all right. There we go. We're back. All right. All right. So we talked about the info session. December 7th, 7 p.m. will be our first info session. We will do another one. Well, the next one will be probably another one in December as well. We're trying to work out our schedule because life, like I said, is definitely life in, but we do want to make sure information is available. So this info session will be recorded. It'll also live on our Juneteenth page afterwards, so that people who have questions can always come back to it. This live on this Lunch and Learn will also be available with the information here So there will be places for you to still be able to get information that you need. And then our website has a plethora of information. It has all of the details of where we're going, what the prices are, what the breakdown is. Like, we want to be as transparent as possible. Like, that is my biggest pet peeve with dealing with anything, is like that transparency and feeling like I'm being bamboozled or somebody's coming for me on the side or doing things that are not integral. So we want to make sure that you all are having a great experience. We want to have a great experience because it's our first time as well. But like I said, we've been doing our due diligence to build relationships beforehand. I have at least 2 or 3 people, and like Nicole said, she has her uncle who's out there. So we have people foot on the ground in the space. So it's not like we're going there blind and we don't have people who we can trust to guide us in this space. So just want to share that and kind of throw that out to you all. This is the flyer. This is the link on the bottom. If you have your QR code, we have the QR code at the bottom. So please take your phone, screenshot it, take a picture of this. It'll also be on our Instagram page. Oh, and guess what, guys? I'm about to break my whole glass. We are back on Instagram. Okay.
Yes.
Instagram has, that's a whole other story. We'll do another session about that. We ain't got no time. But I'm gonna just preface it and say this: Instagram wants to take our joy. I started this off by saying that we have to protect our peace, right? And Instagram is trying to take my peace. So we just said we're gonna start over. We lost almost 10,000 followers that we had on our Instagram page. But guess what? We're starting over. We're going to start better. We're going to be better and bigger than we were before, because we know that you all love us, and we know that the content and everything that we're sharing is just what we all need to hear right now. So this is on our Instagram page. Our Instagram is Juneteenth. Let me make sure I get it. It's Juneteenth NYC_official. So that is our new updated Instagram page. Please follow us. Please share. Please tag people, especially those who are interested in going to Ghana, because once the tickets, the spaces are gone, they're going to be gone. And we have relationships. Like I said, we talked about the BARD and the families there that are interested in going. We have some other school programs that we're part of, community partners. We've been doing this for 17 years, y'all. So we have so many people who we are connected to that are interested. We got the local moms who have shared that they are interested and want to go. We have the NAACP that shared that they want to go, both in New York and in Georgia. So like we're doing our due diligence. But I will say it's no small feat. It is something that you have to work your way up to. There are payment plans. There is a firm where you can do pay everything up front, and then you can do your payments on the back end, like all of those things. So we want to make sure that you have what you need. We're going to be doing sessions throughout the time. Every month, we're going to be doing workshops with everyone who has paid. We'll be getting together and having conversations and just talking about what our fears, what our concerns, like what to expect, like just having real conversations so we can build relationship with each other. So when we go on this trip, we all family in the place. So we're going to be with each other for 6 days. So we want to make sure that we're all in this light and space. I think that's the last slide. Anything that you got to share that we didn't get to talk about?
No, well, I just want people to go online, at least get the information. Visit us at Juneteenth New York.com. JuneteenthNewYork.com. Visit the site, go to see more information, put your deposits in, because again, we have a lot of interested parties that's coming, that is ticking down. We do understand that it is the holidays, so pace yourself. There's payment options. Also, the payments that you see does not include your travel. So keep that in mind as well. That's something that we will be talking about in the info sessions. We just can't wait. We just can't wait for this whole experience. This is an experience. This is a heritage trip experience, not just a trip and have fun. We're going to have fun too, but we're going to get very, very informed. We're going to have a lot of information, and we're going to have a chance to give back. And that is the biggest thing. That's what we represent, helping each other out as a whole. So it has been wonderful. I just can't wait.
Thank you. Well, it was great talking with you and just sharing all of this information with our community. I know it's Thanksgiving. I know everybody is probably cooking up a storm while that's why they're not responding. I know they're a lot more, but I know y'all are listening, or y'all gonna watch the replay later because we're gonna send it out anyway. So I, again, am so grateful. I am thankful for all of you. Nicole, thank you for your partnership with this, because I absolutely could not do this without you. This has been, like I said, something that has been at the top of mind for a while now, and you just took it by the reins. And so I can't thank you enough and appreciate you for doing that. So
yes.
Everyone,
it has been great, and it's a collective action. We have all been working together diligently to make this happen. So it's not just me. We have a whole team behind us, and I am grateful. For anybody who wants to join in on this initiative, let us know. Send us a chat. We can take as much help as we possibly can in making this thing happen. Tell as many people as possible to join us on this experience. And I look forward to seeing you all and taking this trip with you.
Absolutely. So have a happy Thursday.
Happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving Day.
Happy Turkey Day. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving Day. Be blessed, be wonderful, and protect your peace. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
From the roots of tradition to the rise of reconnection, where history meets the heart of Africa. Celebrate freedom, culture, and homecoming. This isn't just a trip, it's a return. The motherland is calling. Will you answer?